Evening, how are we getting on? It's me, Marnie Macaulay, again with another whisky review, Irish whisky review. We are called the Irish Whisky Review, but as all you know, we don't just do Irish whisky. We take whisky as being a family of nations that spans the entire globe, and I am quite happy to drink whisky from any part of the world and give it a fair crack of the whip, because I find it. Why would I not? I think people in India or Taiwan, South America, Mexico have as much passion about what they do as anyone in Ireland or anyone in Scotland or anyone in Kentucky or wherever it happens to be. So why not? Now, with that in mind, me and my little buddy Justin set off a little while back to go to the former whisky capital of the world, Campbelltown, which is literally just across the water from me. We caught the bus down. We met up in Glasgow, caught the bus down all the way down the Kintyre Peninsula. It was beautiful. I mean, sublimely beautiful. Got down into Campbelltown, stayed in a very ropey Airbnb. We got there anyway. Went out, had something to eat, a couple of drinks, met a guy from Belfast. Shock! What a shock! We met someone from near where we live who happened to own a pub. We went in there, had a really nice night in there, chatting to him, and then chatting to some of his staff. It was really, really cool. Then we went and did a tour of Glen Scotia with the fantastic Ian McAllister. Just a fantastic tour. Great distillery. Then we went and done the other two distilleries that are there. Glengyle / Kilkieran, whatever way you want. The Glengyle distillery and the Kilkieran's what they produce. So legal stuff. And then the mighty Springbank. Now, Springbank, it's almost impossible to get your hands on Springbank at the minute. Just is. Now, well, some people who know about whiskey will know about this. People who don't know about whiskey probably don't know anything about this brand. But there's two elements here. This little bottle is, I bought a couple of bottles, nothing major, because I had to leave Campbelltown and head back up to Glasgow to pick up the tour to go round. So I didn't want to cart a lot of stuff with me. I also didn't want to give it to Justin, because either he would drink it or smash it or get robbed, or probably all three, knowing him. So I decided I wasn't going to buy too much to have to haul it all around Scotland with me. But what I did buy, because I tried it in the shop, I got a taster in the shop, was I went to Cadenheads, and went in there to buy, see what there was, and they do have a great selection of stuff. And I bought this little bottle, 20cl bottle of Longrow. Longrow is Springbank's peaty pal, peaty version. They also do a triple distilled called Hazelburn, which is quite Irishy in feel and Irishy in texture, because obviously it's triple distilled. But Springbank in and of itself has various ways of distilling. When you go to the distillery, they explain how this style is cut at certain points, and this is how it's made, and this is why they do this, and blah 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 blah. They explain it all. Go on the tour. I'm not going to sit and bore you to tears with that at the minute. But what they do is they incorporate little bits of this distillate back into the next distillation. For Springbank, their peating method is basically done with a wheelbarrow and a shovel. I mean, Springbank Distillery is one of the wonders of the whiskey world. Basically stuck in time. There's not that much automation, pretty much none. There's like one little conveyor belt that breaks down because it's going so slow all the time, and so on and so forth. If you go, you'll find out. It's a really nice tour. Campbelltown is a super place. I mean, just fantastic. Loads of nice places to eat in it. the festivals it's on. There's music festivals. Is obviously whiskey festivals, sort of maritime tradition. Well, it's very near where I live, so it can't be that bad. It has to be good. But Longrow is the peaty version. Now, it is 46%. There's no age statement with this, but I can hazard a guess that it's probably 10 years plus. It, it's got the characteristics of being 10 years plus. In some ways, it's probably, for a lot of whiskies, that sort of 10 to 15 years for a lot of whiskies is probably as good as it gets. There's obviously the misconception that something that's 25-year-old is better than a 12-year-old, and a 30-year-old is going to be so much better and so on. That's not necessarily the case. Lots of whiskey really sort of peaks about 10 to 15, thereabouts. Now this, on the nose, really quite punchy, hitting you with the peat, but the peat is leading the charge, and right behind it comes that sort of medicinal, phenolic, late cut whiskey. This is not going to be for the faint-hearted. I can tell you that now. Doesn't have the oily, real heavy TCP of some of the Isla stuff, but this isn't far away. It's just on the border there, just on the border of it. So the deep cut notes that you get there are that sort of chemical element is just sitting there, just coming at you. The smoke leads away, and then these notes are going rushing in. It's like the smoke opens the door and these come rushing in after it. Slight citrus note there, sort of lime juice, bit of lime rind coming in. It almost has an element of cocktailiness to it. You know the way in cocktails you get those citrusy notes that are added in to, you'll get someone scrapes something into it to give it that citrus oil note that bounces out. It's kind of got that already. So it has this smoke, chemicals, citrusy, whack in the nose. Yeah, now, very well crafted whiskey, very well crafted, by people who quite obviously know what they're doing. Even though it's got all these big punchy flavours, it's well balanced. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. The texture and body of it really well placed. The notes that you're getting there are elements of your sort of standard whiskey notes. There is your sort of chocolate vanilla elements coming in there, but they play second fiddle to what you were getting on the nose. The smoke there, some of those sort of phenolic elements where it's just touching it, just getting it, just before it goes mega Isla, kick your door down and smash you in the face. This is just balanced enough to make it, it's really quite warming. If you ever come in on a cold day where you get soaked or whatever, this is the style of whiskey you would want. If someone said, oh, here's a wee drink, warm me up. Oh, I don't like peated whiskey. Oh. Perfect. That's what that would be for. It's not really... Don't drink this in the summer. That would be my advice. Drink this when it's needed. You should have a bottle of this in an emergency for if you're a fisherman or something, and you go out and you get soaked and you come in, you haven't caught in, and it's a bit of a disappointing day, and you come in, oh, bloody hell, I'm freezing. and all will be right with the world. That's what this is for. I would, that's where I would put this on the grand scheme of things. Just to be enjoyed when it's required, as opposed to when you might feel that it's not one to sit down of an evening to have a drink with your friends. This, if I'm honest, it's kind of got more of a sit down by yourself, turn the TV off, have a good book, drink this here, go to bed early, and enjoy it. And night. That's exactly where that would be. On the palate and the finish. That's lovely. It's really good. On the palate, heavy chocolate note, heavy citrus note, smoke, and nice wood. As it develops, chocolate gets darker, darker sort of. The cocoa content of the chocolatey notes increases. It dries quite well in the mouth. The smoke lingers about, but it kind of wafts about as if it's not that intense. It wafts about and allows all the other flavours to do what they want to do, and they're quite subtle. It's quite well balanced, even though it's got quite elements that are punchy enough, but it's not. It's really well crafted. That really well crafted. Cadenheads are an independent bottler, the oldest independent bottler, and they own Springbank. So they do. They're literally just across the road, and the stuff that they bring out is normally really good. I have a few Cadenhead bottles that I've picked up over the years, including I reviewed their Canvas 28-year-old. I couldn't remember what age it was. 28-year-old. That's £110 a bottle for a 28-year-old whiskey from a closed distillery. Lovely stuff. This 20cl bottle, £15. That's what that cost in the shop. £15. Now, people say, "Oh, but you can get a 25-year-old or £25 will buy you a bottle of such." Yeah, but look at what you would have to buy in a bar to buy something like this. I mean, it's £15. Sure, it's nothing. You're getting 5 or 6 good drinks out of that. Where you can sit down. Imagine paying £15 for 5 evenings where you can have read a book, lights down low, and have a nice early night's sleep. My God, what's not to like? Tell you, the smoke element of this sits around it. Really well balanced, really well made, really well selected, really well bottled. Excellent stuff. Bought it in Campbellton. If you get a chance to go to that wonderful little town, it's on the up and up. We walked around it. There's 2 new distilleries going in it. That'll bring it up to 5. I could see a day in the not too distant future where there's 10, 15 distilleries there, and it could take it. It's done it before. There's over 30 distilleries, 36 distilleries, I think, off and on. I think at one point there was 25 open at once. It's not a place, 4,000 people or something live there. It's fabulous, it's beautiful. We had a real laugh, real giggle. But if you can get your hands on a bottle of this, I'm in, where am I next week? I think I'm in Edinburgh again. I might pop down the Royal Mile, Cadenheads, pick up a full bottle of this, and take it from there. This is great whiskey. This will keep you warm on a dark night, put you to bed early, and you may have just educated yourself a little bit before you go to sleep. It's lovely. That's what this is for. Really nice, really well crafted. Good whiskey from people that really know what they're doing. So, if you ever get a chance of picking up a bottle of it very soon, I suggest you do. I have to give it a mark. Value for money for that little bottle. If you sort of scale that up, what's it going to be? 50 quid or something? £50 for a full bottle of it? Terrific value for money. So, 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. and well deserved it is. So yeah, Cadenheads, Longrow, check it out. Really, really good stuff. Catch me and Justin on Saturday nights, Irish Whiskey Review, 10 p.m. live, pretty much every Saturday night. You'll have a laugh and a giggle, even if you don't like whiskey. I normally just poke fun at his wee baldy head, which is fun in and of itself. So, take care, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.